I am about to ask you to do something that your doctor, your parents, and probably your personal trainer would call a cardiovascular time bomb. I want you to eat 150 whole eggs over the next 30 days. Yes, 5 eggs every single morning. For decades, we have been blindly following a narrative built on flawed science, tossing out the golden yolks out of fear and paying pharmaceutical companies thousands of dollars to achieve what a cheap carton of eggs can do naturally. The truth is, the mainstream medical community has been hiding a massive physiological secret from you. By the time this video is over, you will understand exactly the biological mechanisms that make this simple protocol the ultimate catalyst for a total cellular reset. We are going to break down this transformation week by week, system by system, exploring the profound biochemical reactions happening inside your body right now. Let us start the clock. Within the very first 7 days, something deeply unexpected happens. The constant, nagging voice in your head telling you to eat goes completely quiet. That infamous afternoon crash, where you are desperately searching for a quick sugar hit, simply vanishes. This is not about having superhuman willpower. This is pure molecular biology. The brutal reality is that most people today are living in a state of hidden starvation. You might be consuming 2,000 calories a day, but your cells are screaming for real, bioavailable nutrition while your stomach is stuffed with processed garbage. When you eat a typical modern breakfast, like a bowl of cereal, toast, or a bagel, your blood sugar shoots up like a rocket. Your pancreas panics, flooding your system with insulin to bring that toxic sugar spike back down. But insulin is a blunt instrument. It crashes your blood sugar too low, plunging you into a state of physiological emergency. Your body releases stress hormones, demanding more food immediately. This vicious, exhausting cycle repeats every few hours, silently destroying your metabolic flexibility. 5 whole eggs change this equation entirely. You are consuming roughly 350 calories, but these are not empty calories. This is concentrated, premium biological fuel. You are getting a complete spectrum of B vitamins, including B2, B5, and B12. Alongside crucial minerals like selenium, iodine, and phosphorus. But the real metabolic magic comes from the specific combination of 30 grams of high-quality protein and 25 grams of healthy, satiating fat. This precise ratio triggers the release of powerful satiety signals in your gut, specifically a hormone called peptide YY. When your brain's receptors bind with peptide YY, it interprets the signal loud and clear. We have everything we need. Shut down the hunger drive. Your insulin levels remain completely flat because eggs have virtually zero impact on your blood sugar. And when insulin stays low, your body can finally unlock its own fat reserves and burn them for energy. You are stepping off the blood sugar roller coaster, and your body is remembering what it feels like to run on clean fuel. By the second week, the physical changes are obvious, but the most remarkable transformation is happening between your ears. Your brain starts to wake up. This is where a nutrient that the billion-dollar supplement industry rarely talks about becomes absolutely critical. It is called choline. Whole eggs are the richest natural source of choline on the planet. And the shocking truth is that the average adult is walking around severely deficient in it. Your brain uses choline to manufacture a vital chemical messenger called acetylcholine. This specific neurotransmitter is the biological software responsible for learning, memory consolidation, and deep concentration. If you have ever stared at a computer screen, reading the same sentence 5 times without comprehending a single word, or walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went there, you are experiencing the neurological barrier of low acetylcholine. Eating 5 eggs delivers roughly 600 to 700 milligrams of pure bioavailable choline every single day. You are essentially upgrading your brain's operating system. People consistently describe this phase as the brain fog permanently lifting. Complex tasks that used to feel overwhelming suddenly become manageable. But there is a second, equally powerful mechanism happening simultaneously. Pasture-raised eggs contain a highly specialized type of omega-3 fatty acid called DHA. Your brain is roughly 60% fat by weight. To function at an elite level, it requires a constant daily supply of high-quality fatty acids to maintain the structural integrity of your neurons. Think of DHA like the essential insulation wrapped around a network of complex electrical wires. Without proper insulation, the electrical signals become weak, scattered, and distorted. The DHA found in egg yolks is far more bioavailable than plant-based omega-3s, meaning your body can cross the blood-brain barrier and utilize it immediately. By day 14, you are not just fueling your brain, you are literally rebuilding its physical architecture. The result is a noticeable reduction in baseline anxiety, sharper cognitive reflexes, and a deeply stabilized mood. Now, by week 3, we arrive at the protein advantage, and it is time to destroy the biggest misconception in fitness. Why are the 30 grams of protein you get from eggs fundamentally different from a commercial protein shake? This is where the concept of biological value, or net nitrogen utilization, comes into play. Not all protein sources are created equal. When you consume protein, your body rapidly breaks it down into amino acids, attempting to use those building blocks to build or repair tissue. But depending on the origin of the protein, a massive percentage gets entirely wasted and is forced to be burned as expensive, inefficient energy instead. If you drink a highly processed whey isolate shake, your body might only successfully convert about 17 to 20% of it into actual usable muscle. Soy protein performs even worse in clinical trials. But whole eggs are a different story. Your body can utilize nearly half of every single gram. They are the most efficient protein delivery system on Earth. This becomes especially critical as we age past 30. Your body enters a biological decline, steadily losing muscle mass every year in a silent process known as sarcopenia. This metabolic erosion is the primary driver of weakness, bone density loss, and eventual loss of independence. Maintaining lean muscle mass is not about vanity. It is a biological imperative for survival. Here is where the obsession with egg whites becomes a tragic nutritional error. When you throw away the yolk, you are literally throwing away the biological value. The yolk contains the exact nutrients and enzymatic cofactors that allow your body to actually absorb and synthesize the protein found in the white. Furthermore, eating pure, isolated protein without its natural fat counterpart causes an unnatural insulin spike. When you eat the entire egg, the healthy fats naturally buffer that insulin response, keeping you in an anabolic state, building muscle without ever triggering fat storage. As you cross into week 4, the cholesterol truth finally surfaces, and this is exactly where your family and friends will start to panic. Someone is inevitably going to warn you that you are consuming over 1,000 milligrams of cholesterol every day, and your arteries are going to aggressively clog up. This fear is a remnant of outdated, heavily funded science that has been thoroughly debunked for over a decade. But it still paralyzes the public consciousness. Here is the brutal reality your primary care physician might not even know. Your liver naturally manufactures between 1,000 and 3,000 milligrams of cholesterol every single day. Why? Because cholesterol is the fundamental backbone of life itself. You cannot physically build a single cell membrane without it. You cannot repair damaged tissue, and most importantly, you cannot produce hormones. Your body's internal regulation system is highly intelligent. If you eat a low cholesterol diet, your liver detects the dangerous shortage and aggressively ramps up production. If you eat more dietary cholesterol, your liver scales back its own synthesis. The system perfectly self-regulates. The fear of cholesterol stems from a complete misinterpretation of a biological defense mechanism. When your arteries become severely inflamed from chronic stress, excessive sugar, or smoking, your body dispatches cholesterol to the site to patch and repair the damage. Blaming cholesterol for heart disease is like blaming the fire department for the burning building simply because they are always at the scene. What truly matters is that cholesterol is the direct precursor molecule for every major life-sustaining hormone in your endocrine system. Testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, and cortisol are all manufactured directly from cholesterol. If you have been battling chronic fatigue, terrible workout recovery, deep brain fog, or a plummeted libido, it might not be a complex hormonal disorder. It is highly likely a supply chain problem. You simply do not have enough raw biological materials to manufacture the hormones you desperately need. With the consistent daily intake of healthy fats and cholesterol from 5 eggs, your body can finally optimize hormone production. There is one critical caveat that can completely destroy every benefit we have just discussed in under 30 seconds. It all comes down to how you cook your eggs. The delicate nutrients in the yolk, especially the powerful antioxidants and the cholesterol itself, are highly sensitive to extreme heat and oxygen. If you blast your eggs in a high-heat skillet until the yolk turns a chalky, grey and rubbery texture, you have just oxidized the cholesterol. Oxidized cholesterol is highly inflammatory and biologically dangerous to your vascular system. You have also incinerated a significant portion of the fat-soluble vitamins. The golden rule is simple. Keep the yolk soft or at least creamy. Soft-boiled eggs are the absolute ideal. Poached eggs are excellent. If you prefer scrambled, use extremely low heat, constantly stirring until they are soft and custard-like, removing them from the heat immediately. After a full month, your body has effectively undergone a complete recalibration. Your cellular insulin sensitivity is significantly improved. Your hunger hormones have completely normalized. You have flooded your neurological system with the exact building blocks required for intense focus and memory consolidation. You have provided your endocrine system with the premium raw materials it needs to thrive. This is not a restrictive diet. This is a return to eating the way your biology was fundamentally designed to operate. You have not just consumed food, you have sent powerful regenerative signals directly to your DNA. If this breakdown gave you a clear, scientific understanding of how to optimize your biology, subscribe to the channel right now so you never miss another deep dive into the truth about your health.